All right, to those two viewers out there, you just missed a good one. So, all right, so this comes to me, or brings me to you. All right, so this is called. I make a practice of taking new things that I think are finished, and I read them and read them and reread them and revise them, and finally I think, okay, I better read it in front of people so I can see how it feels. All right, so this one is called Stone Works. You know, Stone Works. Right. Am I okay? Is this good?
Yeah.
All right. The cave wall, in varied shades of gray, where I place my hand today, fingers spread, touching cool, smooth, and clean stone. My hand moves along its glassy surface, fascinating, slight textures invite smoothing gestures, curiosity, and imagination. This wall invites, and a hand long, long ago under an eye through a mind thought about that which is yet to come, never imagining maybe that hundreds of others over thousands of years would then come, see what had been done and copy, imitate, making their own call to the misty future by referencing a present moment that quickly becomes past and vanishes while their tracing of it remains a silhouette of a hand on a stone wall of colored clay paint, the stain, the outlines, many hands, their outspread gesture signifies some theme, all meant to touch something in peace, without design or sign, without intent we can decipher, yet hiding nothing, demonstrating humanity, curiosity, and an understanding of time, how it moves forward and leaves them and their world behind. For that's someone who will come and see and wonder who all the while knowing all the more as they in turn make their mark and join the chorus asking the one question in the silent presence of eternally present. Okay. So, you know, the current reality is not my idea of a fun thing, so. And this poem is my way of reaching out to the entire, you'll see. I mean, never mind, I'll just read it. They call it a failed place, a place of dis-ease, a place where no one knows their place anymore, where counting, numbers, and abstractions have become as real as that which is counted, and where they count everything. And then it's all denominated, even as the sacred, the eternal, has been forgotten, forsaken, even forsworn of its denizens' hearts. Hard as this is to believe, it is all of it true, and still there's more. What seems morally impossible, astonishingly, they dismember their network, act to consume it, using monstrous creations to dig, break, scratch, or bury their living sphere. Poisons are let to soak into soils which die, as do their rivers. So that now, life is leaving a homeworld, something so incredibly rare as to be unheard of, but it is happening, and in the unlikeliest of places. Its beings, obsession with possessions, real and not, have devolved, lost sight, and who, in their rage, extinguish their own kind, make coin from everything that lives, everything that dies. Its own denizens call it bedlam, pandemonium, a chaotic melee of enmity, a place of devouring, ruled over by soulless incorporates which mark everything with cold calculations, where angry ghosts raise up the dead to worship an eternal evil that then thrives on their godlessness. It is a world of pain, where every joy is a sufferance, love wilts, and their beliefs are simply not to be believed. This place, in vast abyssal sorrows, harbors more horrors than we can describe here, such that all those in the long, vast, deep reaches of this universe who feel kindness, know love, are soulfully connected to that great family, feel this disturbance in the force, and have come to know this unique point this painful rift in the networks of amity. The cries from this place reach to all heaven, into all time, and so into the universes before and yet to come. This is the inheritance of separation, the yield of irrational, passionate fear, the great bounty of forgetfulness, the ruination of rationality. Some call it a place of regret. Others, a lost place of ignorance. Some say it is ruined. That is why we, in our trillions of trillions of trillions, on the myriad of worlds set in the glittering heavens, have begun a chorale. We sing that this place may be soothed, for love to bloom, for peace to hold sway, that the web of life will heal and prosper there, and that the great song will return to that strange planet Earth.
I mean, someday, a sky full of wonders, you know what I mean? Thank you so much. Let me see. Oh, is this Mr. Sanderell coming back for his share of the open mic? Give him a nice round of applause. I know he was the keynote, but the keynote gets to come back for the open. Thank you so much. My mother thanks you. My brothers, cousins, best friends, neighbors, second uncles, teachers, second grade parent. Thanks you. Huh? Oh, yeah.
I'm tired already. Thank you, sir. You're a scholar and a gentleman, but let's keep it quiet, okay? Okay. Enough in that music. There's enough voodoo in that music, it would make you shudder in the night. The kind of music that would scare farm animals, young children. That foot stomping that leads to burn down the house music. That Texas style of music brought to you here on the Ohlone lands by the greats like Dr. Loco, who brings us funk and joy. Controlled frenzy just before the center no longer holds. That music that used to take you higher and took chances in the melding of styles, fusion, not always playing it safe. But when safe, they would play their asses off and on again, keeping the music alive and growing. That up inside your gut music that makes you swoon from the joy of being human. Remember feeling human? This is the kind of music that that must be killed. It brought the people and things together in celebration. Never a good thing when the empire rules by division. It doesn't always have to lead to an Altamont. Afraid of humanity. There are those who are afraid of their humanity and must keep it hid, who sometimes walks around with that deer in the headlights look, afraid of getting hurt or what it might be being human might lead to is predictable when living in an empire where humanity is beaten down and the citizens seem to be pissed off and confused, which is always dangerous. Don't take my word for it, take her history. Learn, read, find out why so many lost their minds only through struggle to regain their humanity. Yes, their humanity, that thing that some people will ask for a definition. Never a good sign. Most are recovering from something: family, religion, education, civilization, bias, racism, love, hate. Some hold on to these things that kill their humanity. Others cultivate their life, humanity. If ever beat down, they no longer are. Whether they are aware of it or not, they begin to glow. They begin to carry themselves well. That garbage refuse must be refused. It will no longer work against your humanity. That's what will help you and us to go to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
I'll close it with Obsessions. This is an older piece. The other two are new. Obsessions. He was a man of obsessions. There would be no correction. Every time he went by a Catholic church, he would cross himself, and he wasn't even Catholic. He was on automatic. He obviously he obsessively typed like a man playing piano. hands rising and falling, a little bit like Liberace playing piano. Very dramatic. He was a Vietnam veteran who became obsessed with news. He never wanted to be the uninformed after his parents' generation failed to inform or protect his generation. He became obsessed with maps so that he could know what was going on in that part of the world and what resources were there in the region of conflict. His friend, who he had a falling out with, was possessed with and obsessed with finding where LSD was in the Bible, looking for Jesus or any prophet who would talk about the significance and sanctity of acid. It had to be there. LSD was too important for it not to be. This friend, who was also noted to be the world's greatest verbal masturbator, obsessed with being the champion in all divisions, but mostly bullshit, the Empire's favorite language. But then again, we do disparage bullshit a little too much. His friends, upon returning upon Vietnam, went to work in a bomb factory while on acid. He would cease talking with him. In fact, he became so obsessed that he would always walk across the street to show his now ex-friend that he was on his opposing side. He was, of course, sex-obsessed. He was, like most males were, obsessed with finding a woman, a nice, warm, damp hole, always on the make, but always with the best intentions. His demise came clear early, obsession again. It came from an odd one, though. Though he had give up on the government, he still respected the symbol. So when he rode his bike, he would always salute with both hands, leaving the handlebars free. But instead of the regular salute, he outstretched both arms and lifted his middle finger.
I did say he did it with respect.
One afternoon, on a bright sunny day, he gave his salute, but was blinded by a flash and was unable to recover the handlebars in time. Well, you know the rest. So beware of obsession. It can take the best of us.
There we go. From Mr. Santarell. Beware of obsession. It can take the best of us. All right. Now we have a very... Yeah, I got it. Mr. QR Hand, we're going to do a tiny bit of introduction here. Hasn't been here in a while, but this guy, we just like him. He's great. He's coming up here. He's the greatest. We're going to hold for him. Give him a nice fat ass round after.
I just want y'all to know that I really deserve that.
Step closer to the mic so they can hear you. There you go.
I'm going to try and read four quick poems, but I want to inform you, if you want to make my life really fine, you can buy one of my books for $16.95. It's a great book. But on the other hand, you can also get one for buying me a red wine back there. Okay, I'm going to... I never used to end a poem with a preposition. Sometimes I fill a room with not me. Like I fill a poem with not me, filling a role prosaically with someone else's poetics filled with knots and which knots and what knots and how not to's. Not me fill poem I sometimes fill a room with. Program the bug out. Black at its top and a tiny pincer face. The same black finally outlining a red-ribbed bodwood. Count 'em, 3 delicate white lines on another black spot 3/4 of the way down to where a tail ain't, and carried on scurried fine legs. Go on, lovely beetle, go on, shining.
Nice.
Call my Bantustan empty. Strange who we are to each other, each being exile and captive, learning the duties of weapon, even in our own lands gushing with sweet ancestral hum. strange who we are, bringing forth life on all continents now and songs we were born with